Like, what happened just before your accident? Do you remember exactly what happened just before you had your accident?
Yes, I do. I was driving home at 6:25 Pacific time. I'm on the air at 7, 35 minutes away, wide awake, about a half a mile from my driveway on a 2-lane highway, which I drive every day. And I'm looking at the road, hands on the wheel, no cars in front of me. And I blinked, and the next time I opened my eyes, it was 4.5 hours thereabout later. I was looking at a ceiling. I was no longer looking at the roadway in front of me. And I heard a lot of strange noises, electronic noises. I'm laying on my back. I realized that, and I said, "Where am I?" And a nurse came over and put her hand on me and said, "Mr. Rense, please don't move. You've been in a horrific car crash. You're bleeding profusely, and we're getting ready to operate to try to stop the bleeding." And I said, "What?" I said, "Bleeding from what?" And she said, "In your head. You have severe brain injuries." And at that point, I was so overwhelmed. It had been 4.5 hours I was in a coma, and I was trying to process all this. So I stopped talking, but my voice kept talking. This is a true story. My voice kept talking, and my voice said to that nurse in the ICU, "No surgery." And she took a couple steps back and said, "What?" And my voice, it wasn't me, my voice though, repeated it. "No surgery." And she said, "Mr. Rense, you don't understand. You could die at any moment. You have lost a lot. Anyway, you're bleeding profusely." And then the voice said, "I am in full control of my faculties. I do not authorize surgery under any circumstances. Do you understand me?" And she was stunned. She said, "They are on the way to get you with the gurney. 2 neurosurgeons are scrubbed. They're all standing by in the operating room." In other words, if I had stayed out for another 60 seconds, I wouldn't be talking to you now. I never would have come out of that operating room alive. I know that. I saw the CAT scans. There was so much blood in my head, so many wounds, damages to my brain. It was bleeding all over the place, and my whole cranium practically was full of blood. They were going to take the top of my head off and start cauterizing my brain to stop the bleeding. I would have been a drooling vegetable had I survived. As it was, something was watching over me and used my voice and canceled the surgery. I checked myself out the next day and went home. And that's what I remember.